Over the past couple months, I created an hour-long Rocket League esports show, complete with fake sponsors, fake teams, ridiculous matchups, and absurd ads, but with high-quality production and real hosts and casters. Basically a massive parody of RLCS. I then broadcast the entire thing on Twitch as if it was live, with almost no explanation other than cryptic tweets about creating my own RLCS. The result was the most confusing and entertaining event ever. Now, if you want to see the whole thing, you can watch the VOD on my Twitch, but since I'm not here to troll you guys like I did my live viewers, I'm going to show you an edited version with all my favorite parts of the broadcast. The full version is actually incredibly boring. Like when I had the actual pro team of Dignitas play a team of bronzes, ended up taking about 20 minutes with a final score of 34-0. Close game. So 4,000 confused esports fans had to sit through that, but you just get to see the top 20 best moments from the stream in loose chronological order, so you can kind of see how the event unfolded. I started the stream with a 30-minute countdown timer, which my earliest arrivals in the chat did not appreciate. But as we counted down, it was undeniable how effective the timer was at building hype. It was time to finally reveal what this show was to my audience. For the intro, I wanted to hype everyone up with some mysterious cinematics, then fly the camera into a background building to transition to the main show.
Greetings everyone and welcome back to the RLBS.
There was only one person in my mind who could host a parody of RLCS perfectly, and that was Axeltoss, since he was literally a former host of RLCS.
Anyway, we have some amazing matchups today featuring the world's best socially awkward teenagers playing Rocket League. Let's get into the prize pool. I feel like we keep breaking records because we have 3 million Chuck E. Cheese credits available for our players this season.
I had 2 fake sponsors for RLBS. The first one being Chuck E. Cheese providing the prize pool.
For a live dance tour, get your flossing ready, as well as hundreds of arcade games. Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid.
The second was Oscar Mayer, with a big addition to the item shop.
Make sure you head on over to the Rocket League item shop where there's a new car available. That's right, it's the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, aka the Glizzy, now available in the item shop. Add on your favorite condiment or hawk it down raw, the Glizzy goes hard either way. Remember, drops are enabled on this stream, so remember, type in !sub2sunless in the chat to be eligible to get those juicy Rocket League items.
I also created fake ads for both sponsors, which you'll see later. Of course, in the RLBS, we needed a league table, so I had to make a bunch of fake teams, with the exception of Dignitas, which was the only actual pro team I got for this event.
After them, we have NRP. Oh, sorry about that. The General Car Insurance Free Quote Today NRP. And after them, Big Spaceship Gaming. They're battling for the last playoff spot, of course. In last place, not too surprising to see, Team of Bronzes. They are struggling. They have not won a single game. In fact, they haven't even scored a goal.
Our first game was Dignitas versus the Team of Bronzes, which of course no one knows how they managed to qualify, but here they are, without scoring a single goal.
Anyway, Team of Bronzes, they're looking for their first win and their first goal. It's honestly a miracle they qualified for RLBS, but it goes to show anything can happen in Rocket League. That's why you should stay tuned. Here's the lineups for the teams. As you can see, Super Cairo 187 has been the best player for the Bronzes, though he has not scored. I guess we can say he's hit the ball the most on his team. This should still be a really close match, so please don't change the channel. Keep watching. This is going to be amazing. But he is the first PlayStation player to reach the highest level of competitive Rocket League. Of course, the RLBS.
To make the event feel even more real, I knew I needed to have actual casters to try to make the terrible parody games more entertaining. So I hired 2 of the best in the scene.
Take it away, Johnny and Shogun.
Excited would be an understatement. This has all of the classic hallmarks of an absolute magnificent game of Rocket League. Johnny, we have got the new Dignitas roster against a team of bronzes. How do you see this going?
You could consider it, a good warm-up game for Dignitas, as they will much more likely go into tougher opposition later in the season. But this is also a chance for Team of Bronzes to really just finish Scrub's career. This is, another chapter for him. He's been picked up yet again by a huge org, and if Team of Bronzes can score a goal, there's a good chance that Scrub's PC is going out the window, ending his Rocket League career.
Well, as we know, no goals have been scored just yet by the Team of Bronzes, but they do say never say never. And today could very well be never as we get...
Johnny and Shogun played their roles perfectly, especially considering how boring a match of actual pros versus Bronzes would be.
And it's already in.
Yeah, he's been denied. Jack puts in the rebound. 2-0 in 5 seconds.
Well, not really the start that they were after, but as they put 2 players back, they're starting to figure it out a little bit. Last time, they had 0. This time, they had 2.
This is the longest that they've gone without conceding by far. 6 seconds this time.
I mean, they are really being stifled, Dignitas, on the offense. They're trying everything they possibly can, and only barely seeing their way through.
Oh!
What a save that is! The Scarab, that is the best play we've ever seen from the Scarab. And Jory.
The bump by Scrubkill, he's absolutely showing no mercy here. They are trying to get the record for the most goals scored in Rocket League competitive. This is the main problem for our Team of Bronzes. They have to figure out a way to get into midfield play, so at least they can concede some nice goals. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Appjack finds a top shelf off a lovely pass from Jarius.
For those of you earlier on that did predict that the Team of Bronzes were going to win, you still got every shot out there. We might even see the ball in the orange side of the field.
We might start to see controller fatigue, something that we never see in professional Rocket League, because no games go long enough for that to be a factor. But the Bronzes aren't really pushing any buttons. They're barely moving.
And if we know anything about professional Rocket League players, is that they do not bring spares of vital equipment that they need for their jobs. So that could be a real danger for them.
After Dignitas had secured a solid lead and the chat was getting bored, Shogun decided it was time to take a little break.
Johnny, do you mind just sort of continue commentary for a second? My food's supposed to be turning up in about 2 minutes or so. I just need to make sure it's going to be getting here, so if you don't mind.
All right, yeah, go for it. That's fine. Yeah, make a run. All right, so Shogun's off to get his food. Hopefully it's delicious. On the pitch, we've got plenty of scrumptious action, so I don't need any food. We've got the sustenance we need. Jack's going to put in an 18th goal. They are relentless. Every single kickoff has just devastated the Team of Bronzes. They're turning themselves into ramps off every single one of them, just backing up into
I'm back.
Welcome back, Shogun. Yeah, you missed a kickoff goal or 2, so pretty much just the same as what we saw for the first 16 goals. Joy is off the ceiling, a terrifying sight for any Rocket League player, but especially a Team of Bronzes. 19-0.
That's pretty good, that is. As Jarius is going to score what is referred to as a goal.
We thought it'd be funny if Johnny and Shogun tried to make Dignitas look as bad as possible despite having a 20-goal lead, so they started to nitpick every little thing they could find wrong with Dig.
Wow, the Team of Bronzes really knocking a lot of time off the clock. That's ruined Dignitas' scoring spree.
Oh, here we go. Can they put it back on target? No!
Oh,
it's
wow.
a Jack. Oh, this is falling apart for Dignitas.
Oh.
They can't get anything going here. Scrubzilla back into the middle. That's a beautiful save. And Dignitas. Well, I don't want to sound mean here, Johnny. Shoddy work. It has to absolutely.
Yeah, I also don't want to
it's
sound
diabolical.
mean, but yeah, atrocious, appalling. Just not good enough, simply. I mean, who pays these guys? You can't afford to have 23 seconds go by without hitting the back of the net. And now it's happened again. Dignitas are all over the place. What is that infield pass to absolutely no one? Apparently Jack said to just recycle it, but now Scrub and Jarius are double committing. Dignitas are falling apart here, and sensing a goal coming for the Bronzes if they can keep this up.
Oh, that's just about in Dignitas. Yeah, wipe the sweat off your brow, lads. That was a real dangerous moment for Dignitas. They finally got the goal in, but look how far off the timer they are. Looking forward to the day that we get a Rocket League Game Hall of Fame, because this will be an absolute shoe-in for it.
Yeah, they're getting the hang of it. It's not just been Dignitas absolutely falling to pieces and being just a shadow of their former selves, but also the Team of Bronze is becoming more like a team of silvers. They're actually hitting the ball.
Oh, that one's in, Jarius. There's the magical 30. A reminder that this goal replay is brought to you by the Wienermobile. Get your sausage from a vehicle. Wienermobile coming to you.
With 30 seconds remaining, one of our bronze players had enough.
Jack's there to finish it. 32 goals, 31 seconds left. As, wow, we have lost a player.
Wow.
I'm
shocked. I can't believe we've actually seen this. The rage quit with 31 seconds to go. That is a disaster. Team of bronzes. They're not even a full team of bronzes now. They're 2/3 of a team of bronzes. That's what we want to know.
What is 2/3 of a bronze team, and what is 34 goals to nothing? I think we like to call that a very narrow lead. Oh, well, we know Muddy's got 0. That's something that we will be aware of, as apparently Jack, he wants to add 1 more. Oh, that would have been a standard goal. As a team of bronzes, well, looks like they have got 1 position available to them, Johnny. Hopefully, they'll go and scout out another bronze to take up the reins.
Yeah, well, if you are looking for a team and you want to, go straight into the big leagues, this is the team for you. Team of bronzes. Quit school, hop into Pro Rocket League. Maybe you might even score a goal. If not, then at least you can get a couple saves.
After the game, I decided to rudely cut off Shogun and go straight into this fake ad.
Right, well, I'm going to go and heat up my food. When we come back, it is going to be...
Wow, what an incredible match to start out the day. I truly believe now that we have the most spectacular show in the world in Rocket League esports. You're not going to find better Rocket League. I mean, you're just not. So thanks for staying tuned, and guess what? It only gets better from here.
For my next event, I thought it'd be hilarious if we straight up just watched a platinum ranked game.
Coming up next, we have a platinum player taking on rank.
I think sometimes Rocket League esports fans just take the game so seriously. It's just really funny to me to force 4,000 people just to watch this platinum player play ranked. I got this guy Nimblesloth to give me one of his ranked games, and it actually turned out to be one of the most entertaining things I've ever watched.
Will he get a toxic teammate? Will he throw his games? Or will he dominate for your entertainment? How do you prepare for an event like this? What's your training routine like?
Well, it's all about keeping the mind nimble. So I start off with listening to a 10-hour loop of We Speak Chinese Goal Anthem. I then like to go sit in my car and stare out the front window.
Thank you very much, Axel. And here we go then. It is time for our ranked match. Shogun here joined by Johnny. And Johnny, this plat match proves itself to be a must-watch event.
Yeah, every plat match is a must-watch event.
Yes, and as always, some incredible things on the line in this game. So many points as we have got ourselves joining a game over to Champions Field. It is Nimblesloth taking to the field to take on Terra, Shadow, Nidhogg, however you say that, Nahim.
Yeah, 3v3 ranks. When you play by yourself, it may as well be called 1v5.
Well, he has got himself stuck over in the corner. Oh, that is... Well, that's just not allowed. And hopefully the ref bot will take a look at that later on. His own teammates having a go at him. I hope that fines are applied.
Everybody knows if you want to rank up, you need to blame your mistakes on anyone but yourself. And already Orange Team failing to do that.
You don't get yourself over 1,000 MMR by making mistakes. You get there by pure genius. And we almost saw it as that's going to trundle its way in. And somehow they have scored against the run of play.
Problem. I'm sure that Blue Team are going to be fine here.
No!
Oh, no! It's all gone wrong! That's a huge miss in the second goal. And there's the vote to forfeit as well, of course. 2-0 inside 2 minutes. FF.
Oh, it's 2 out of 3. Is that third vote going to come from Nimblesloth? He's got to really work against the mental right here. His team, they don't want to be here anymore. The opponent, they don't want him to be here anymore. But will Nimble crumble to the peer pressure? No, he goes straight back in. Nimblesloth, a man amongst men.
You got to come back from 2 behind sometimes, and this is a true showing of mental fortitude, the likes of which has never been seen before in the plat ranks.
Nobody has ever overcome the 2 out of 3 votes to forfeit before. Nimble rewriting the history books. Now can he rewrite the scoreline? Shadow does get rid of it. Now it's going to be straight over. Oh, that shot could go anywhere but in. You know, probably not going there. But Nidhogg He just makes sure of it, just sees it away. He's seen the glorious light of his teammate refusing to forfeit, and he believes in Nimble Sloth's leadership. He wants to follow, but Nimble needs to follow this. Oh, the net, and it somehow got in.
Oh, what a disaster. A heroic effort from Nimble Sloth. He manages to pre-flip into a save, but unfortunately it's the Dominus. He struck again. He's just own gold for absolutely no reason. And it doesn't matter what rank you're in, we can all relate to this. Dominus teammates, they are just unanimously the worst. He's not even moving. He's probably typing. He's probably typing something very slowly, I might add. But that is just not good enough. No, he's found the forfeit button. He wants to forfeit again. But Nimble Sloth's not having any of it. He's still going. He's still sticking in this one. And with all the time that he's got left, it is still winnable.
Oh, he considered it. Well, thankfully, he was able to avoid it. A couple of missed button presses almost led to a forfeit. As we did see Nimble earlier on, just a couple of presses over on that scoreboard, proving that he's not the one at fault. He's currently top of the blue team. And that's actually guiding its way in. And Nidhogg will follow in his leader's footsteps. They are back in this.
He's kept them in this by simply not forfeiting. Now the comeback gets started. Look how much time is remaining. We could easily have multiple own goals for the orange team before this is finished.
In the earlier interview with Nimble Sloth, we spoke to him. He says he looks up to those champions banners every time. Now he's looking at a way back into this game. Terra makes it 2-3.
Look at the precision with the center ball. Bounces it up off the curve. Goalkeeper's got no chance. An absolute no-nonsense play. An aerial that was so fast that, you know, I missed it because I blinked. And now suddenly, everybody's moving after the kickoff. Nobody's AFK. Nobody's voting to forfeit. They are in this.
As that's going to go across the face of the goal. Thankfully, nobody back to take that bomb back in. Here he goes. It is thunderous. And somehow, the goalkeeper barely able to keep it out.
Nobody's in the goal. They're all in the corner here. If one center ball goes over the top of them, they'll be conceding. There's just nobody covered in the net. And again, the ball is threatening to come into the middle. Nidhogg's waiting for it, patiently, I might add. But time is really against them. They have failed to center it. Oh, until now! Across it comes and Terra puts it in! 3-3. We just knew that as soon as the ball centers, it might as well be a goal because nobody's got the net covered. And there it is. They've made the comeback happen.
Magical. Absolutely magical. This is what peak Plat Rocket League is all about. Nimble Sloth, he's not done anything from the field, but what he's done behind the scenes, he deserves it as he goes for the shot. It's 4-3. Miracles on Champions Field.
You know, the power move here would be to vote to forfeit, just to remind them about who is the real reason that they're still in this game. That's what I would have done here. Just go to the menu, vote to forfeit, just get it started. Just let him know that you're the one who's in control.
6-5. Can they hold it out? Oh, this will be one more opportunity. The shot, it's on target. It's in.
Oh, what an equalizer. And that is going to send us into overtime. Can you believe it, Shogun?
I can't believe what we're seeing.
So just before overtime, we decided to cut to a little break.
And maybe you'll believe it as well, but you're going to have to take a look after this short break.
I'm waiting. I don't need a rush.
And welcome back. Overtime. A whole MMR on the line. And that MMR could go either side. Follows his at back. Nidhogg, another booming clear all the way to the orange side of the field. It could have landed in the blue side of the field. It didn't. It went to the orange. That is pressure. Pressure that the orange team, I don't know if they can keep up with.
And, you know, they had that 0-second equalizer, but don't forget, before that, momentum was fully with the blue. And I feel like they still have momentum. They're backing up behind the ball a lot more now. Oh, dear, that's not the right way, though. It's into the middle, and, oh, somebody should be there, but nobody gets contact to the ball. That should have been it. And it was off a misplay. Terror centering the ball in front of his own net.
You have to respect it. Oh, that's great save. You heard the words of encouragement. Now to the other side of the field. Terra to win the game. What a save that is. Infield pass to Nidhogg. And that shot's barely off target, but just a hair's width away. And now this is the most dangerous thing, being in offense. Watching your teammates being in defense. Heartbreak for the blue team as the orange team have escaped with it. Terra leaves in disgust. He throws the wheels over into the crowd. He is done.
Yeah, it's triple what a save as he leaves, just to make sure that nobody thought he was to blame. Forget about the fact that he centered the ball just moments ago, throwing the game completely. As far as he's concerned, that is entirely his teammates' fault, who he's left alone in defense. But what a game. This one really did have it all. The attempted early forfeit, the comeback, and then eventually the throw. I mean, that is just the story of a ranked game.
We will see many a video being put out there just breaking down what it took.
It was time for commercial number 2, and to be honest, I have no idea how I came up with this.
When we come back from break, it's going to be more RLBS.
Well, I certainly did not expect that from Nimble Sloth, but it goes to show how amazing Platinum Rank is in Rocket League. And
I tried to stick as many little jokes as I could into the presentation, like this little Easter egg from the graphics guy.
Anyway, it's been an amazing day today, but don't go anywhere because we have our final matchup of the day, the big event you've all been waiting for. That's right, it's NRP versus Big Spaceship Gaming, two of the best teams in the RLBS.
For the last game of the event, I created a parody of NRG and SSG, which was of course NRP and Big Spaceship Gaming.
Anyway, let's meet the teams. Players to look out for. We have Garrett P, who's been popping off lately. He's been to every single RLBS except Season 2, which he missed because he had to graduate the 8th grade that weekend. Arsenal, the soccer team, is another player to watch. He's unpredictable and there's a lot of controversy surrounding him, especially from EU Rocket League fans. They're mad that his name is Arsenal, the soccer team, and not Arsenal, the football team. But we've talked enough about that match. Let's get into it and head on over to the caster.
Thank you very much, Axel, and we are all ready and waiting for this match to get underway.
Before the game got started, though, we had a competitive ruling on our Bronze Rage Quit.
This is the most exciting match that we've had to look forward to throughout the entire calendar year for Rocket League Esports. But before we can get into that, I do have to mention there's been a competitive ruling on Falcool for rage quitting with just about a minute left in the previous game on the broadcast. And for that, in fact, bit of a harsh one if you ask me, he's been completely banished. Not even entirely sure what that means, but it sounds serious.
It does certainly sound serious, and the admins, as always, taking competitive integrity very, very well and very seriously. You have to do it as well, because you just can't afford for Rocket League to be, disrespected like that as an esport. Let's get into it. 5 minutes away, 3 million Chuck E. Cheese credits on the line. Enough to buy a yo-yo and one of those pens that changes colors. Let's get underway.
For the actual match, I had 6 gold and plat players change their names to a parody of a pro. But I decided to keep Sipical exactly the same, for no reason.
And already you're seeing Arsenal, this soccer team, whose name, I will admit, did tilt me just slightly, not being football, but instead soccer there. So it looks like he's ended up in a headlock with Squashy, but somebody's broken it apart. It'll be interesting to see if we get a competitive ruling on that one as well.
Well, here goes Garrett P. Just trying to find where the weak point is. Can you even do that? It's a Big Spaceship. And right now, Big Spaceship are showing exactly why they are a team to be feared as Petals over the top. Back to the corner.
Whoa.
It's going to drop out. Here goes Arsenal, the soccer team. Here could be anybody. Is anyone around?
Oh.
It's Justin Sad. PP Head can't quite find their way through. And now it's the breakaway. It's in.
And Garrett P sends it into the bottom corner. If he'd aimed to the bottom left there, probably would have been safe, but he's got the accuracy even from such a distance as that.
If you score, you are doing well. And if you don't, it's not going well for you. He is going to score! 1-1. Back into the middle. That's the infield pass. That is into the back of the net.
Sad Justin PP Head capitalizing. He was the quickest onto the second ball here, and Arsenal, the soccer team, He was trying to get a blocking touch, actually boosted past it. That must be nerves, because I've seen him hit those challenges consistently every other time that we've put him in those positions this season. Not at the most important occasion of the entire year. Now Garrett P has scored off a kickoff. There must have been something terribly wrong here. Sipical went for the boost, tried to rotate back into position, and he just couldn't get there in time.
So maybe there's some controversy in this game, as we've got ourselves a real game in our hands. The halfway point has been hit, and we've also got Sipical hitting the target.
During the game, I decided to troll the Twitch chat and run an actual ad break mid-game. Their reactions were pretty great. Plus, I made money off them.
Arsenal, the soccer team, he could hit the target. And Squashy, well, he'll be so relieved to see that one go away.
So, Petals, Sipical, and Arsenal, the soccer team, just now need to get the ball out of their half. They do have a chance to catch up to it if they do. Here it is.
No way.
It's Petals, straight down the middle, and it's a goal. 3-3 on the breakaway. Just what NRP were pressuring for that 2-goal advantage. They've overextended. Petals gets to the first touch, and Squashy couldn't catch it. Petals first to the scene, but what save? Squashy pops it into his own crossbar. Garrett P knocks it to safety. That's going to be an easier one for Sipical to clear. Another long shot by him. Oh, he psyched it, but it's off the post.
Now another one off the backboard. Here comes Arsenal, the soccer team. Another block. Sipical, does he want to move forward? It's one-on-one. Garrett P, has he beat him? No, he hasn't. Sipical, too strong in the back. We are heading to overtime. If this ball hits the floor, yes, it will. One goal to decide the 3 million Chuck E. Cheese credits. Finally, since it's the orange side of the field, can he make it worthwhile? It's out to Justin! PP Head can't do it! And now we see a way through. Sipical to take the Chuck E. Cheese credit! He's done it! Big Spaceship are your winners!
Wow, the chance was there for Justin PP Head, but unfortunately he just couldn't get the shot on target, and when it came off the post, Sipical got behind it and ran it all the way down the field for glory for Big Spaceship. Wow, what a disappointing end there for NRP. They will be devastated, especially sad Justin PP Head. You don't often see him missing from that range.
I think that might have been what caught him. He saw the headlines, but unfortunately he couldn't see enough of the goal, and that is a result that's going to send ripples through the RLBS scene.
For the stream's outro, Axel teased the next week's matchups, which were about as real as this entire stream.
To see us out of today's broadcast, Axel Toss, over to you.
What an amazing day of matches we've had here for the RLBS. Thank you all so much for tuning in once again. You guys have been amazing. Next week is going to be very exciting. First up, we have a 1v1 show match between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, followed by Big Spaceship Gaming going up against Walmart Super Savers Esports. Signing off for now with the RLBS, I'm Axel Toss.
And then I told everyone to go away.
All I wanna do is you